Madonna. Oh!
This is the story of Storm Harry, a powerful and destructive weather system sweeping across the central Mediterranean, and the communities in Italy, Malta, and beyond that are facing its force with resilience, preparation, and determination. Over the past several days, a deep and unusually intense low-pressure system has been churning across the Mediterranean Sea. Named Storm Harry by European meteorological agencies, the system rapidly strengthened into a cyclone-like storm, unleashing violent winds, torrential rainfall, dangerous storm surges, and some of the highest waves seen in the region in recent years. Meteorologists say the storm's strength has been fueled by a sharp contrast between cold air from the north and unusually warm sea surface temperatures, a combination that allowed the system to intensify as it moved slowly eastward. Storm Harry's journey began over the western Mediterranean, where it first impacted parts of southern Spain and southern France.
Oh, ci vuole una ruspa qua!
But as the system tracked east, it grew stronger, setting its sights on the central Mediterranean. By Tuesday and Wednesday, January 20th and 21st, the storm reached peak intensity over southern Italy and nearby islands. The hardest hit areas included Sicily, Sardinia, and the southern Italian region of Calabria. Wind gusts in exposed areas reached an estimated 120 to 150 kilometers per hour, powerful enough to down trees, damage roofs, and make travel extremely dangerous. Along open coastlines, waves surged to 9 and even 10 meters high, hammering harbors, seawalls, and waterfront roads. Further east, the storm brushed the Maltese islands, bringing gale-force winds and treacherous seas to Malta, compounding an already volatile weather situation.
No.
In response to the escalating threat, Italian meteorological authorities issued red weather warnings, the highest alert level, across large portions of Sicily, Sardinia, and Calabria. A red alert signals extreme risk conditions, including severe flooding, landslides in mountainous terrain, coastal storm surges capable of inundating low-lying communities. As a precaution, schools, parks, and public spaces were closed in hundreds of municipalities. Local officials urged residents to stay indoors, avoid coastal areas, and follow emergency instructions closely. Emergency services emphasize that storm surge waves pose one of the greatest dangers, capable of flooding streets within minutes and undermining buildings near the shoreline. Along Sicily's eastern coast, the storm delivered some of its most dramatic impacts. Towns including Catania, Messina, and Ledigiani were battered by wind-driven waves that surged into coastal streets. Seawater spilled over promenades and roads, at times reaching the edges of homes and businesses. In several areas, waterfront routes became completely impassable as heavy rain combined with wave overtopping and debris. Authorities ordered precautionary evacuations for households closest to the sea and for neighborhoods at risk of flooding or landslides. Similar measures were taken in parts of Calabria and Sardinia, where unstable ground and swollen waterways raised serious safety concerns. Officials say these early evacuations were crucial in preventing injuries and saving lives. Beyond the immediate physical danger, Storm Harry has significantly disrupted daily life across southern Italy and surrounding regions. Severe crosswinds forced flight diversions and cancellations, including at Palermo Airport, where aircraft were unable to land safely. Ferry services were also suspended across multiple routes due to towering waves and unsafe harbor conditions. Hundreds of municipalities kept schools closed, ensuring children remained out of harm's way as conditions deteriorated. In coastal towns, hundreds of families were relocated to temporary shelters as a precaution against flooding, structural damage, or ground instability. Across the region, firefighters, civil protection units, and volunteers worked around the clock, monitoring rivers, clearing debris, assisting evacuations, and responding to growing reports of flooding and damage.
Mai vista una cosa così. Mai vista.
Further east, Malta also felt the brunt of Storm Harry, particularly earlier in the week. Strong winds uprooted trees, damaged infrastructure, and made roads hazardous. Coastal areas were lashed by unusually high waves, prompting repeated warnings from authorities. Officials urged residents to stay indoors whenever possible and to avoid coastal roads in exposed areas. Ferry services between Malta and Sicily were suspended, disrupting travel plans and supply routes. Civil protection teams remained on high alert, ready to respond to emergencies as conditions evolved. Amid the chaos, stories of resilience and responsible action have emerged. In Sicily, municipal coordinators worked through the night to evacuate residents ahead of rising waters. Emergency shelters were prepared, and communication lines remained open to ensure people received timely warnings. In Malta, community leaders and civil protection units set up monitoring operations, ensuring rapid response to fallen trees, road blockages, and coastal hazards. Authorities across the region repeatedly reminded the public that extreme weather events are not moments for risk-taking, and that cooperation with safety guidance saves lives. Local and national authorities continue to track Storm Harry closely. Italy's Civil Protection Agency has extended red alerts in several areas, warning that conditions remain dangerous. Teams of firefighters, civil protection personnel, and volunteers remain stationed throughout affected zones, ready to respond at a moment's notice. Meteorologists say the worst of the storm is expected to persist for another 24 to 48 hours across parts of the southern Mediterranean before gradually weakening and shifting eastward. That means communities still in the storm's path must remain vigilant, avoiding unnecessary travel, staying informed through official updates, and checking on neighbors who may need assistance. Storm Harry is a powerful reminder of nature's force, but also of the importance of preparedness, clear communication, and community care during extreme weather. If you live in an affected area, stay tuned to official forecasts, follow safety instructions, and look out for one another. In moments like these, resilience and compassion make all the difference. Stay safe, and thank you for watching.